Officer Philip Vavarnick, Jr. Captain Paramedic Norberto Gem.
The City of Phoenix has a beautiful memorial that we use to honor employees who we've lost too soon. It's a very special place where coworkers, family members, and others can come to remember important people. This year, we lost 2 members of the Phoenix family, and in particular, they are in our hearts as we think about the Employee Memorial.
We always talk about how important our employees are to the organization and to the public. So I think it's a way for us to show our commitment to them, but I think it's also a way for us to remember our employees, those that gave their last full measure, which there's no greater deed that an employee can do.
92 City of Phoenix employees are remembered through the Employee Memorial, each name etched in glass. This year, 2 names will be added to this permanent structure. These public servants will be remembered and honored for their service to the City of Phoenix.
Phil was one of the best friends I've ever had. Phil was one of those friends that even though that your careers may go in different directions, there'll always be some sort of reason for us to catch up and see what has happened, even though we weren't in the same day-to-day part of the Phoenix Police Department, where we didn't see each other as frequently as we had.
I've known Phil for his whole career. What I would say about Phil is people, if you wouldn't know him that well, you wouldn't really know how funny he was and the dry humor he had, but he was a great guy.
Phil was the perfect police officer for the City of Phoenix. There was no hot call that he wouldn't answer up for and get there as quick as he could. There was nobody that he wouldn't help. There was no type of call that he would ever say no to. Phil, if you lived in his beat, you were very, very privileged to have him there.
They lost a very good officer, and the citizens don't know how good they had it when they got Phil on a call.
Phil was incredibly detailed. He would never stop until he got to the bottom of a situation or an investigation. And if it took him 20 times to go back and talk to people, he would go back 20 times to talk to people. He was a pit bull investigator, and he was great. Phil's ability to make you laugh on a daily basis, how original he was.
Phil had a laugh that was unique to him. It's unique to anybody. You could hear Phil coming a mile away because that laugh was loud and pronounced and cheerful.
He's that one that would bring a squad together. He made it a family. He made work better, and we were all very close friends and family when it was around him. And the world, the department, lost just a funny, wonderful man.
Well, I think when you say the name Norberto, it's a unique name, and he was a unique guy, and everybody remembers him and knew him.
Well, Norberto, real funny guy, heart of gold, and a truly professional, amazing in his craft. I mean, firefighter, paramedic, captain.
Yeah, I mean, you say his name, and I smile, because he's one of those great souls. Every time I worked with him, no matter what it was, whether it was on a truck, whether it was on some EMS assignment, or whether it was in community involvement or public affairs, it was always good. He had a great attitude. He had it in his spirit.
I was fortunate to meet him 10 plus years ago when I was a teenager trying to prepare for the job of Phoenix firefighter. And he was an instrumental part of why I get to wear this uniform today, why I'm an engineer, why I'm a paramedic. He helped me with interview process, preparation. He was huge on customer service, dedication to the job, and he was very proud of his Phoenix upbringing.
He just had a way with kids, and then vaccines is a very tough skill because nobody likes to see children cry. but he would sit them down, greet them, and just kind of do something funny to take their attention off getting the vaccine. And that was a strong skill set that he had. And so that's another reason we really liked using him, because he just went the extra mile.
Norby had an innate natural ability to tone things down and give you some peace after a call. Whether it was a big call or a small call, you knew that when you got back to quarters that Norby was going to crack a joke or do something. And it was always mixed with something that just got to you, that made you take a breath and go, ah, yeah, it's going to be all right, you know.
He always said that no one would remember him the day after he leaves. You know, I think a lot of retirees think that, you know, they're going to be old news and guys will forget about him, but people don't know the impact that they make on other people. And it's important that they do know that, or if they don't know that, we can cherish them after their passing, after their time is gone, like we are today, and still carry on his legacy. And hopefully for my entire career, I can do that and tell people that I helped get on the job some stories or lessons that he taught me, and they can take that with them after I'm gone.
We want to thank you for the loved ones you shared with the City of Phoenix. We know they are gone too soon, and that there's nothing that can replace the love you have for them. I hope the Employee Memorial will be one of many ways you feel supported by the City of Phoenix as you remember and honor incredible lives.
I would say to their families, they're lost but not forgotten. I think we do a great job to try to remember our employees each and every single year, but as every day goes past, they're still with us and they're still with you. You know, as speaking from someone who's lost people very close to me, those people are always with you, and I think it's important to remember that.
The City of Phoenix is an extended family. I have felt it on the hardest times for my life, and I know that others feel it too. I hope employees and families of employees will call on the Phoenix family when you need someone. A loss is an incredible and difficult thing to get through, but we are here for you.
Every year, each city labor union is represented as we mourn and remember those lives lost.
I am president of AFSCME Local 2960. We represent over 2,400 Unit 3 employees, from detention officers to operation assistants, 911 dispatchers to secretaries. I think it's of vital importance to keep the memory of those that passed before us alive. One of my favorite quotes, and I can't remember the author, said that, you know, a man dies twice. Once when his body gives out, and the second time, the last time his name is said. I think the memorial is that to make sure that that last time never happens. I think I would tell city employees that I think it's an obligation for them to come remember those that have fallen in the line of duty, that they need to be there for the families. I have a family that comes every single year and has for 10 years, and I think it embraces them when they see their fellow coworkers still remembering the deceased.
My name is Jason Henley. I am the president of AFSCME Local 2384 here in Phoenix, and we represent Phoenix Unit 2 employees, which are blue-collar employees. Basically, we're the skilled craft union of the city of Phoenix, and we represent about 1,500 Unit 2 employees. Time is a commodity, unlike any other commodity that we don't ever get it back, and we spend the majority of that time at work. And I think it's vitally important that we pay respect to the people that have fallen in the line of work, and I think it's important to their families. I think we should be honoring people. I think it says a lot about the city of Phoenix and who we are, and about the family and the sense of community that we have working here.
My name is Brian Willingham. I'm the president of the United Phoenix Firefighters Association, and we represent 1,700 firefighters in the city of Phoenix, 2,700 firefighters valley-wide on their wages, hours, and working conditions. Well, the physical monument is very similar to a lot of other monuments you see, like if you go to Washington, D.C., where they scribe the names of the employees, and they're set for eternity on that monument. And it's just a very emotional moment for people, especially if you've been related or you worked with those individuals. What it does is it acknowledges the service and sacrifice an employee made to the community. It gives closure to the family. It promotes a sense of community and togetherness at a very difficult time when they have lost one of their colleagues. So I just think it's out of appreciation and acknowledgement for all that they've done, and we scribe those names on that wall so that we never forget.
My name is Daryl Crippling. I am the president of the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association, and we represent the police officers and detectives of the Phoenix Police Department. The Employee Memorial is an important reminder to the families and the coworkers of our fallen, as it demonstrates the sacrifices that our members are willing to make for the community on a daily basis. An example of selfless dedication from the City of Phoenix employees to come down to the memorial and recognize the sacrifices that these employees have made for the community to make it better.
I am Ben Leuschner. I am the president of the Phoenix Police Sergeants and Lieutenants Association, and we represent approximately 430 sergeants and lieutenants of the Phoenix Police Department. So every year we do this because we want to at least symbolize the sacrifices that our employees have made for the city of Phoenix, especially for us in the police department, where every day we go out and we don't know if our members are facing a gun or a knife or anything else. So we're grateful for the city actually recognizing this sacrifices that we do make. I think sometimes residents don't always know the impact of the sacrifices made, so actually seeing the wall with the names actually written down, realizing that each one of those was a person who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the city, I think that's relevant and important, and it reminds us all of what happens out here on a daily basis for police officers.
My name is Mike Relis. I'm with LIUNA Local 777 Phoenix chapter. We represent Unit 1 employees consisting of Public Works, Streets, and Parks Department, as well as the mailroom. You're not only just a person, you're a member, you're a family member, sort of, so to speak, of the city of Phoenix, and you will be recognized and honored. The memorial is important to recognize the service that these employees dedicated themselves to public service, and like to continue honoring that, and especially for the families to recognize that the city and LIUNA cares about them and still remembers them.
My name is Jason Stokes, and I'm the president of Aspetia, representing the supervisory and professional employees within the city of Phoenix. The Employee Memorial is important to our employees and their families, because it's a monument to those who have sacrificed the most for the performance of their public service. For a lot of us, we can go to that memorial and see and remember the names of people that were our coworkers and our friends, people that we would work with, we'd eat lunch with, and interact with on a daily basis serving our community. It's a good idea to come down and visit the memorial because it's a visual display of the sacrifices that have been made to the community, and to be able to fully understand the numbers of people and the various positions that they held within the city helps the community to have a greater understanding of the sacrifices that public employees make on a daily basis.
I'd encourage all of our City of Phoenix employees to visit the memorial. Every time I go, I find it is just as powerful as the first time I visited. We've all been touched by loss, and it's a place where you can find some peace and celebrate people who were important to us. We actually get international attention for the Employee Memorial. We've gotten questions, mostly from the United States, but from all over the world, about how we did it and what it means to our community. That's the type of attention we want at the City of Phoenix, to be recognized for honoring those who served our community.
So I would say for all of our 14,000 plus employees, as you have a lunch break, or as you have, just a minute, or you're in deep thought, or you need to take a minute to get away, come down to the Employee Memorial and take time to reflect. It's a very peaceful space, and it's a space where you can reflect on what we do every day, and for those that aren't here, that gave everything they had to the City of Phoenix.
Honor guard, attend, hut! Carry colors. Pipe major, by your command, sir. Detail, forward, hoo! Detail, post. Present. Home. Order. Home.
In memory of all the City of Phoenix employees who have died in the line of duty, and especially most recently, from the Phoenix Fire Department, Captain Paramedic Norberto Gem, retired, and from the Phoenix Police Department, Officer Philip Vavarnick, Jr., the bell and pipes now toll for you.
Present. Home. Order, home!